Hi, it's Cara. Welcome to another video. Today we are filming my July haul. So this month's allowance for book buying was pretty high. I think I had like a max of 19 I could buy, and I definitely didn't hit that. I did order a bunch, but they didn't all ship to me in time. So next month is going to be busy, but for this month we have a small-ish book haul for you today. And quite a few of them are in my hopeful planned reads for August. So let's just jump in. So first off on my stack here is We Are Bound by Stars by Kesha Lupo. This is the sequel to We Are Blood and Thunder, which I read in June and really enjoyed. I did also buy the matching cover for We Are Blood and Thunder because I didn't like the original cover I had, but it hasn't arrived yet. It's in my order, but it is still winging its way to me. So this is the sequel. They are technically two standalone stories but set in the same world, and I think this one is a tad shorter than its twin. It's only just over 300 pages rather than just over 400 pages. I love these covers. They're absolutely stunning, and I feel like they better reflect the world. And I'm really excited to dive into this at some point. I'm not sure when, but I'm very excited about it. Book one was like a very surprising read for me. Next up we have The Nature of Witches by Rachel Griffin. I believe this is is it YA or is it, might be new adult, witchy fantasy. I feel like it was in the adult section, but a lot of the blurbs are young adult authors, so I'm not sure. Might be young adult, but the main reason I was sold on this was because of this stunning cover. Excuse me. And apparently this is only on the first edition, so I had to go ahead and get it. I haven't heard that many people talk about their thoughts and feelings on this book, but I think it's stunning. It is about witches maintaining the climate, and things are going wrong, and it's a debut. Volatile magic, witches. I don't know what I'll think of this, but I own it and I'm very excited to read it. Another book I absolutely can't wait to get to, and I'm going to try and put it in on my September TBR, is Sorrowland by River Solomon. This is the newest release from them and is following a mother who, I've got a divot, how do I do that? Who gives birth to twins, and she raises them out in the woods, but something's happening to her body. It's obviously an exploration of race. This also mentions medical experimentation and genocide, and I've heard amazing things about this. Not everyone loves this cover, but everyone loves this book as far as I've heard, and I'm very excited to read it. I've loved everything I've read from River Solomon before, and I can't wait to dive into this one as well. I also picked up my copy of Witches Steeped in Gold by Sianan Smart. This is a YA fantasy, which is African inspired scenario. I don't know what part of Africa. I'm gonna guess Western Africa, but it's inspired by fantasy, fully fantasy. Heir of an overthrown and magically gifted dynasty, she was exiled from the island nation of Aika, and then the other girl is like from the overthrowing group. Sworn enemies, the two witches enter a deadly alliance to take down the woman who threatens both their worlds. I've heard really good things about this when it was an arc, and I believe it got pushed back quite a bit. So I've heard lots of people say really good things about this, but I am very excited to read it. From my LGBTQ+ subscription service dealio, I picked up In Deeper Waters by F.T. Lukens. This is a, it's been blurbed as like a queer but a better Gentleman's Guide. Obviously there's a lot of drama around Gentleman's Guide, rightly so, and this is a coming of age tour scenario, but its own voices, and I believe, and is magical, maybe? Yes, so one of the prince has forbidden magic. I've heard good things about F.T. Lukens' work before. I love this cover. I think it's great, and I can't wait to read this. I think April and I might buddy read it at some point. It's not super long, like just 300 pages, so it will be a fast-paced read. I'm excited about it. I also picked up Six Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. This is her newest release. And it will be Chinese inspired fantasy. There's forbidden magic. I think it's based on a myth, but I'm not sure. I'm not familiar enough to be able to tell you more about that. But there is things to do with her brothers get turned into cranes, and I think she's trying to rescue them. I'm excited. I believe this one's a standalone, but maybe I'm wrong. Her last series, she's Elizabeth Lim's the author of Spin the Dawn and Unravel the Dusk, which was a duology, which I enjoyed. I didn't love it, but I enjoyed it. But this cover is stunning. I'm hopeful I love this book more than her previous ones as her writing has developed. And hopefully I love it. I also picked up As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson, which you would have seen if you've seen my TBR. This is the third and final, I believe, Good Girl's Guide to Murder book. Technically I haven't quite finished book 2 yet. It's on my August TBR. And I'm definitely going to be reading it, and I hope to also get to this one in August if everything goes according to plan, but I couldn't help myself. I had to pick it up. I'm so excited. This is a YA murder mystery thriller series, and I really enjoyed book 1, and I can't wait to continue the series. I'm gonna love it. Right at the end of the month, I picked up Lost in the Neverwoods by Aidan Thomas. I've had this on order for ages, and just there's been some delays in shipping and things, getting it to my local bookstore. Which is fine, whatever, that happens. This is a Peter Pan retelling, loosely. And Aidan Thomas is the author of Cemetery Boys. I love his work. I hope I love this. I've heard some people don't like this as much as Cemetery Boys, but other people love this, so I'm hopeful I will really enjoy this. We're following Wendy, and I am not sure about like how it differs from the original story, but I'm sure it does, and it's fantasy. It looks really good. Another Peter Pan retelling is Darling by Kay Ancrum. This is a contemporary retelling of Peter Pan, and we're again following Wendy, I think. Apparently there's a twist. I don't know what the twist is. This is pretty short. I'm definitely reading this in August, and it's not fantasy at all. Often Kay Ancrum does like contemporary with like a sci-fi or fantasy twist. I don't even think this has that, other than that it's a Peter Pan retelling. But I'm really excited about it. I've heard mixed things, but I've heard some of my friends really loved it, so I'm really excited to get around to this, and it's really short. And finally, I picked up She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. I'm going to be reading this as part of the Library of the Undead in August. That's my friend Paige's book club. We're switching over to Facebook, I think. I don't know if it's exclusive or Discord and Facebook, I can't quite tell. I forgot to ask. This is a queer Chinese inspired fantasy. I think it's historical fantasy, yes. Set in China in 1345, and I believe it has some Mulan elements, but I don't really know, but it's queer, including a trans character that I know, and I am like so excited to read this. It's happening in August for sure. So those are all the books that I picked up in the month of July. My August haul is going to be quite a bit bigger, I can already tell. But thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. It was pretty quick. I'm trying to keep my hauls as short as possible, especially because I don't really know much about these books yet, not having read them. And I like to go in pretty blind, but hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully this was a fun video. Let me know if you've picked up any of these recently. If you're interested in any of them, I'd love to have a chat about it. Otherwise, I'll see you soon with another video. Bye!